Hey, Richard, Rebecca, Juice, Ro, Kappa, Donna, Cher, Peggy, hello, Pat, Greg, Teresa Lowe, Seth. I'll see you tomorrow, Seth. You get to experience all the love that we're doing right here. Getting all of our... We've been prepping for a couple of days now. All right? You're making Sunday sauce? Awesome. Great. Olivia, hello. How you doing? Tanya. Yeah, Uncle Glenn's going to be... I'm saying my hellos now because once I get going, I'm going to be... I got to march right through what I'm doing. So probably won't be a whole lot of interaction today, but you guys are welcome to stay and to share the live and hit that like button. You want to join the fan club? Beautiful. All right? But yeah, it's going to be a busy, busy day for everybody. And I know a lot of people are out right now either shopping or getting ready for tomorrow. Some are in church today. But yeah, everybody's busy. And we were in the garden earlier today. Uncle Glenn wanted to take advantage of the sunshine that we had for a few hours. And now it's getting kind of overcasted. So it's supposed to rain here in New York tomorrow. It's going to be a rainy Easter Sunday. But hey, you know, I can think of worse things. We have family and we have food and a lot of blessings. So we'll be thankful for everything. How are those tomatoes? Well, they didn't start. Oh, do you mean the plants? Plants are doing great. I'm going to go over all of that. Not today because I have them all. But that's probably where I'm going to focus Monday or Tuesday. I won't be, cooking for the first part of the week at all. This is the second to last show for Fall Into Flavor. Okay, tomorrow will be the finale of Fall Into Flavor. And we moved right into Farm to Table to Soul Season 2. And today I was in the garden just rototilling and doing some work. So we're on episode 7 of Farm to Table to Soul Season 2. So now we transition into that. There'll be, it's going to be a little bit different. I have some things I'd like to adjust. A lot of reflecting over the past couple of days, just in terms of this live and what my goals were originally. And I don't want those goals to have changed. So I'm going to kind of be taking some steps back and moving forward in other ways. All right. So when we first started this is all about family. All right. And I wanted to, I love the garden. I love cooking and I love family. So for me, those were my primary goals. And we went from 200 people to over 38,000 because of those goals. And in the interim, we have our mods that really help to shape and keep the family where it is, and all of you family members as well. So I would ask you and encourage you to continue to do that, even if the mods are not here or not working, because they have other lives too. I would ask that the family steps in. If you see something that's not right, you can bring it to my attention and I'll kind of escort them out like we did in the beginning. And if they want to stay, they stay, but they got to be respectful. All right. And I know the family's got my back and I have your back as well. All right. So let's get cooking. Not too much chit chat today. We're going to be getting right onto it, but I do want to let you know what I'm going to be making. All right. So I'm going to put it on the board. I have the whole dinner. We started it yesterday. Actually, we started on Thursday. We made our Sunday sauce yesterday. In the Sunday sauce was meatballs, sausage, pork necks, pork feet, and we had pork ribs. And we cooked that sauce for about 8 hours. on a really, really low simmer. That sauce is done. That's ready for tomorrow. I also roasted up peppers the other day. And today, here's what I plan on doing. So take a little peek. And yep, tomorrow is the finale of Fall into Flavor. All right? So we're going to be making some adjustments. And listen, that's what we do. All right? And all of my lives, you know, I have them all posted elsewhere. But I can't tell you where that is. You have to just go find it. I am Uncle Glenn #2 everywhere. All right, so we're going to start off today making our grain, all right, our grain pie. Now, with grain pie, I've never made it before. Never. And trying to find the right grain, which is like it's the posterior grain, I couldn't find it. But I got a farro grain, which is in the same family. So I'm going to be making it with a farro grain. Now, yesterday we did the dough. The dough is a sweeter dough. It has some orange peel in it, lemon peel. It's a flavorful dough. All right, and that's part of the grain pie that I want to make. All right, so we're going to be doing the grain pie first. All right, then we got to bake that in the oven. That's got to go in the oven at 350 degrees for about an hour. Okay, and we're going to let that bake. We're going to let it cool down, and it'll be ready for tomorrow. I keep it in the refrigerator. That's how you serve it. Then we're going to make our Easter bread. It's a meat bread. Now, the way I make it, I made the dough yesterday, and it's a very spicy kind of dough. All right, we had garlic oil in it. We had pepper, garlic powder. We had the black pepper was a main ingredient in there as well. Flour and yeast. It's a yeast raise, so we did our yeast, our sugar, our salt, and our butter. Okay, so it was very similar to like a pie dough, except, I'm sorry, not the pie dough. It's very similar to a regular dough, a yeast-raised dough. And now we're going to fill it today. And we're going to roll it out in a rectangle. And we have all kinds of meats. I have salami, ham, pepperoni, some prosciutto, some supersad that we're going to cut up. And I have different cheeses that we're going to put up as well. Mozzarella, imported provolone. I'm going to use some pepper jack and some cheddar and some, let's see, mozzarella and provolone. I think I have 5 of them. And then we'll put some grated cheese. And we're going to roll that up, and we're going to put that in a circle and put it in. I'm going to try to get it into a bundt pan and bake that in the oven. Now, when that's all done, I'll let that cool. I'm going to wrap it, put it in the refrigerator, and all I have to do is warm it up tomorrow. Okay? So none of this you're going to be able to see until at some point tomorrow. I'll do a video of the complete presentation, which is going to be, you know, a lot of food with about 35 different people. All right? So I want to thank everybody. Thank you, Misha. Oh, Misha, I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you, VJ. Misha. Very nice seeing you. I hope you're doing well. All right? So thank you for that. All right, so we're doing the grain pie first. Then right after the grain pie, we're going to go right to our Easter bread. Okay? And that's the one with the meats and cheeses. It's a very oily, kind of a crispy bread. All right, so it's meant to have during the appetizers with the antipasto and that we're going to have out. All right, I'll have the roasted peppers. We're going to have a whole bunch of stuff. All right, when we get done with that, we're going to be working on our lamb. Now, I have 2 lamb. I have a 12 or 14 pound leg of lamb, which is bone in, and we're going to prep that up. And I'm going to prep that up, and I'm going to wrap that, and that's going in the refrigerator. Tomorrow morning, I'll be cooking that. I'll be roasting it and then finishing on the barbecue. I'm also have the leg of lamb without the bone, deboned. Now I'm going to take that, I'm going to butterfly that, and I'm going to stuff it. Then I'm going to tie it up. I have a netting. I don't know if it's going to fit when I get done, but we're going to put that in a bag and we're going to let that rest also in the refrigerator overnight. And then those will be cooked tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'll be making chicken scapparella, some lasagna. It's just a slew of celebration for Resurrection Sunday, which is a big celebration. And you know, a lot of people, it's a meaningful time because they get together with family. And for some of us, it's also a very spiritual time. All right. And this has been a very reflective few days for me, not only spiritually, but just the physicality and just about what the purpose of these lives are for me, and to share these things. And I don't want to lose all of our original things that made our success. And you guys love that, and I don't want that to change. And I can see I made some shifts which kind of threw things off a little bit. So, but we'll talk about that as we move forward with Farm to Table to Soul. All right. So then we're going to do the leg of lamb, bone in. Okay, we got a bone in. Actually, we'll do the boneless. I'm going to do the stuffed one first. We're going to do the stuffed leg of lamb. All right, and I'm not going to cook it. I'm just getting it all prepped. So this is a stuffed. I never did it really before. So this is going to be new to me. I got some pretty creative things I'm going to put in it. Stuffed leg of lamb. All right, stuffed leg of lamb. All right, and then we're going to take the bone in, the big leg of lamb that I have, and I'm going to put slits in it. And I'm going to stuff it with garlic, with some Reggiano Romano cheese. I'm going to stuff it with some the garlic, Romano cheese, and some rosemary. And then we're going to make a coating for it that we're going to let rest for overnight so that it absorbs into the meat before I cook it. So that's going to be the bone in leg of lamb. All right? So just to give you an idea of what I plan on doing today. Now, tomorrow, depending on how this goes right now and how fast I get through this, I may do the stuffed mushrooms also. And if I don't do it today, I'm going to be on very early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, I'll probably be on, I'm going to say, no later than 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, because I want to get everything cooked, ready, finished, and, you know, that may change depending on my sister. So if she calls me up and says, listen, everybody's not coming over until 5 o'clock, which I don't think that's going to be the case, then I may have to, I'll make it a little later. But if not, I'll be starting probably around there. So if anybody that's up, I know a lot of you are in California, 6 o'clock, you don't want to be bothered. Some of you will be at church. All right, I'm going to try to get to church tonight so I can fulfill my responsibility and I can continue what I'm doing. All right, so that's basically what it is. Now, I'm going to be spending a lot more time. This week, I'm not going to be cooking much until Thursday and Friday. I'll be with my nephew and we're going to be in the mountains. All right, and we probably are going to do a cooking live. Now, I'm not sure if we're doing it on TikTok. All right, I'm going to probably do one of them, but the other one I may do elsewhere. So if you guys haven't already, you know, Uncle Glenn #2. All right, so make sure you guys check it out. All right, this is it. Grain pie we're starting with first. Then we're going to do our Easter bread. Then we're going to do our stuffed leg of lamb. And then we're going to do a bone-in leg of lamb We're not cooking them, we're prepping these two. We will be baking the grain pie and we will be baking the Easter bread. All right? And again, this is all new to me. So if you're new here or you don't cook, have some confidence. Don't be afraid to fail. Because if you don't fail, then the only thing is you're going to succeed. And that's what I try to do. All right? So let's get cooking. Now, I probably won't be interacting a whole lot because I got to concentrate a little bit on what I'm doing here. All right? But I'm going to bring you along for everything. And let's look at our dough. This is the dough that we made yesterday. Now, you can see the orange peel and the lemon peel. I grated the rind into this dough from an orange and from a lemon. It's got vanilla in it. It's got a good amount of sugar, a half a cup. And it's got a whole pound of butter. Not a pound, 2 sticks, which is equal to a cup. And then I found that my mama gave me this fancy tool that I didn't even know what it was. And she gave it to me. And you know me, I take the butter and I just work it into the dough all the time. Well, I had this great tool that she gave me. I tried it and I'm hooked. Came out so good. All right, so let's get you over here. And hey, if you're new here, I would just ask you to follow Uncle Glenn, join the fan club, and while I'm cooking, family, if my mods aren't here, because I know they're busy, I want you to just watch the room for Uncle Glenn. I'm not going to be interacting a whole lot, and we have some changes coming our way, so let's just get things together and do what family does, and that's take care of each other. All right, look at the dough. All right, we have orange peel in here. I have some lemon peel in here. And now we're going to roll this out. All right. I want to get this. I'm going to take some of it because I want to make a topping for this, kind of a crisscross topping. So I'm not using the whole thing just for a pie shell. I'm going to take some of it and save it. All right. So, but I do want this to be a little thicker than a normal pie. All right. Let's do it. Let's get some flour on this board. I bring it down here. Okay. All right. I took this out about an hour ago. Get a little bit room temperature on it and be able to work it fairly well. Putting a little flour on the bottom here. Okay. And put a little bit on top. And we're going to roll that. First, I got to cut a piece. So let me cut some of this. Hold on. Okay. All right, I'm going to cut a little piece of this off because I want to use this to roll out the top. So I'm going to say about that much. Okay, look at the inside. Can you see the lemon and the orange peel in there? Okay, this is going to be good. I think this should be enough for the topping. You know what? Yeah, this should be enough. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. I'm guessing, so we'll make it work. All right, let's take this piece here, and we're going to roll this now. I could actually probably do it with my hands even, and get it formed. All right, so let's do that. Let's just use my hands right now and get this formed into a circle, which is going into a pie, a ceramic pie shell that I'm using to have this bake up. All right. I haven't rolled anything yet. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be not going to do a lot of chatting today, so I'm going to be just working, and I'm in a very kind of a reflective kind of a mood. I know some of you think it's, hey, Uncle Glenn, you're not yourself. You're not jumping around going crazy, but this is myself. This is another part of myself, all right? And when I'm deep in thought, I usually kind of just focus on that because I can't do two things at once. I'm very, very difficult for Uncle Glenn to do two things at once. And so when I'm concentrating on something or thinking about something, that's all I'm doing. All right? So, you know, I'll talk myself while I'm doing this. So you guys, I did today also in the garden. We were talking a bit. Okay? And I think that's pretty good, right? Don't you think? Let's take a look. Okay? This is our pie shell. So we want to get that a little wider so that we have a top on there. Let's make it a little wider. Okay? Tell you, it smells really citrusy. It smells so good. Ah, this isn't going to work. Nope. Nope. I should put this on. All right. We have to redo it. All right. It's sticking on there. I should have put it on parchment paper. All right. And I didn't. Oh, let's see if we can revive it, I'm sure. All right. We'll have to do it again. That's all. If this doesn't come up, yeah, I'm going to have to redo this. All right. This is why we do this live. Okay? This is why. Okay? We'll make it happen. Probably should have been in the refrigerator. I should have taken it out a little later than I did. All right? So all I'm going to do now, let me flour this first. Okay? It's not a, it's very soft, like almost like a soft cookie dough. So, there we go. Okay, we'll make it work. When things don't go exactly how you want it, you got to adjust. And that's what I do. I try to adjust all the time. When things aren't going how I want, adjust. Yeah, I could have probably done this right in the pan too. You know that? I could probably do that right in the pie shell here, which is what I'm going to do, actually, so that we don't have any problem at all. Okay? There we go. We'll make it work. Told you. May not be the best looking thing in the world, but it's going to be fine. And you can tell I'm not a baker. I'm not a chef. I'm always trying new things. And, it comes out good, then I know how to do it. If it doesn't, then I know how not to do it. Well, okay. All I'm doing right now is putting a little edge on it so that when I put the crisscross pieces on it, it's going to, I can stick it. But this looks like this should be a good dough for this. Trying to make sure I got no holes. Right here's a little messed up. Okay. All right. Now what I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to put this back in the refrigerator while I make my mix. All right? I'm going to put this back while I make my mix. Okay? Smells good. So I'm going to put this back in here to get it a little cooled down, so to speak. All right? And then we can take it out again. Okay. All right, let's make our mix for that. Just wash my hands up. That's, I got to tell you this, all right? Being on these lives and doing things live, where there's you really gotta be on your toes all the time. Okay? And I like that. I like the challenges. I'm one that likes challenges. And you know, I tell you, you guys know I'm really competitive. And it sometimes can be to a fault. But it's what motivates me, you know? I like to win. And I don't know. I know how to lose. And that's important. But I don't like to make a habit out of that. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. All right, we just wiped this off a little bit. Got this cleared. Okay. All right, let's make our mix. All right, now this is what we're putting inside of this, got my steel bowl. All right. I'm going to be doing this actually in 2 stages. The first part here, I'm going to be putting some ricotta, sugar, eggs in here, and I'm going to mix this in. All right. Now, the ricotta I'm using it's kind of dry. So you would use this type of ricotta for if you were making, let's say, cannoli cream, because this isn't as wet as the one you usually will get. It's actually a little better. All right, so we're going to use that. All right, now I'm going to use the whole thing. This is 16, I think it's 16 ounces. So I'm going to use this right there. All right. Okay, now in here, I want to add some eggs. I got the eggs here. And we're going to add some sugar. And the first thing I want to do is add the sugar, because I want to mix those two together. Now, you know, when I'm doing things, I like to do things in stages. I mean, I don't know how many times I got to say it, but I like doing things little at a time, because I like building flavors. All right. So what did I do with my other measure cup? No, I got one here. Probably right in front of my face, I'm sure. No, okay. All right, I got to use this one. All right, so right in here, I'm going to be using 1 cup of sugar. Okay, 1 cup. And we're going up to that first line right there. 1 cup. Okay. Going in. All right, that's done. Now we're going to mix our eggs. Now the eggs, we're going to be using 3 whole eggs and 1 yolk. So 4 eggs altogether, but we're using the yolk for the 4th egg, not the whole. All right, so let's do that. And I'm going to put that in here because I want to mix this really good before I put that in there. It's 1. 2. 3. And this last one, I'm going to just take the yolk. All right? So I'm actually not saving the egg white because I don't have any room for anything right now. My refrigerator is full for this. I'm cooking for 35 people. So I've been doing it in stages. And, you know, one of the big problems is refrigeration and oven space. So that's why it takes a little time. All right, I just took the egg white out of there. And let me get rid of these shells. Now you can be crushing. I know a lot of you maybe are saving your eggshells to crush them up and use them in your garden, which is a good idea, by the way. All right. Okay, so let's mix this together first. I'll get my eggs going. So I have about 15, 16 ounces of ricotta. Now, if you're using regular ricotta, make sure you drain. You get a container, put the amount, measure it out, and take paper towels and put paper towels down and put your ricotta on top and let it drain. All right. This ricotta that I'm using is already drained. All right. It's very dry. All right. A little more. Okay, now we're going to fold that in. We're going to fold this. First, I'm going to fold the sugar and the ricotta together first. All right, we're mixing that together first. I want to get this blended really well. Then I'll add the egg and we'll put this together. And this is our first part of our mixture. Then we're going to take in another bowl. We're going to put the grain. We're going to be putting, I have a grain. I'm using a farro grain as opposed to pastiera, which is the right grain to use for grain pie. But this will work. It's in the same family. So it will definitely work. All right. So all I'm doing right now is mixing that sugar with this ricotta. All right. I'm getting it nice and smooth. I want this to work. All right. And then we're going to stir everything else in here. We're going to bring everything else in here. I want to get this glossy, then I know that the sugar is really mixed well with the ricotta. Okay, it's important that you blend your things, you know, nice. Look, yeah, a nice creamy. That's what you want. All right, you want it to be creamy. You don't want it to look grainy. All right, so I know that the sugar now is worked pretty good in here. Now we're going to work the eggs in here. All right, that's next. Let's do it. All right. So we have 3 eggs here and 1 yolk. So 4 eggs all together. One of them. Okay, this is the base for our mix here. This is the base for our pie. Now we're working the eggs into the ricotta and the sugar. Got to make sure it's blended really well. That's what's great about these bowls. You see what I'm doing? I'm turning the bowl with my hand. All right, it just is so much easier when you have your steel bowls. I have them in my showcase, my friends. You know, I don't try to sell you things, but I want you to know what I'm using and how much easier life is when you're in the kitchen. If you're a cook or if you like to cook, then you got to have the right tools. That's all I say. All right? And I say it often, I use the analogy, if you don't have the right tools, it's like a carpenter trying to build a house and the only tool that they have is a tape measure. Anybody can read a recipe, but if you don't have the right tools, it's not good. Okay? So, this is nice and creamy now, right? Okay. All right, so now we got to put in our grain, and I have some butter that I melted. So let me oh no, I didn't do it yet. All right, I'm doing it right now. All right, I'm melting some butter down right now. I'm going to be putting a 1/4 cup of melted butter in here. All right, now we can also, right now, we'll start to add our spices to this. It doesn't really matter because how we do it and what we add. I'm using right now I'm going to start with some cinnamon. All right, I love cinnamon. Cinnamon is probably, if not my favorite spice, and I love the way it tastes. Now, we're not going to make this too strong of cinnamon. We're going to use a 1/2 teaspoon. All right, so what we have, it's a really interesting flavoring that you'd use on here. All right, it's very citrusy. Okay. Okay. So there's half a teaspoon right there. Okay. All right. Then we're going to add some vanilla. We're going to add some orange rind to that. Also, I'm going to put some rind down. Let's get some vanilla right here. Okay. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. 1 teaspoon right there. All right. I'm going to take some orange rind. All right. I have some of that I have from yesterday. I used part of this for the dough. Now I'm using this in here. All right. So I'm going to just shave some right in. This is where, when you're eating this pie, the sweetness, and then you smell the orange, and it's a little bit, you know, if you get a little piece, it makes it just so good. It's just such a great flavor. And it mixes well with the cinnamon, all right? Because the cinnamon, somehow, those two combinations with the vanilla, like a creamsicle, I don't know, like a creamsicle. That's the best way to kind of explain it, all right? So here's what I did, okay? That's orange rind, cinnamon, and vanilla. Wow, it smells great. Oh, telling you. Okay, so we're going to take that now, and let's just stir that in. Okay. I'm mixing that in. Then I'm going to add the butter, and then we're going to add some milk. All right, let's just get this all stirred up. We're going to put a half a cup of milk in here. We're going to put some butter in here. Now, some people like to put chocolate chips in it. I'm not. I'm not adding chocolate chips to this. All right, but people do it. People also add candied fruit. I tried to find it. Candied fruit. So, I don't know if you ever saw the apricot and the mix of the dried orange and stuff. That's what they put in here. And I like it to a point, not overpowering. All right, I have 1/4 cup of butter, which is going in here now. All right, we're going to stir that right in. Okay. And now, now we have the star of the show. All right. Let me show you it dry, and let me show you it wet, all right, and cooked. All right, because I know a lot of you probably never used it. All right. All right. Now the grain, this is called a grain pie for a reason. All right. Called a grain pie because it's made with a pastiera grain. Okay. I used a farro grain. This is farro. It's in the same family. Not exact. All right. This is maybe a little hardier. But you take this, you put 2 cups of water and 1 cup of farro, and let it come to a boil, and then you put it on a simmer. All right? And then it comes to be like this. Okay? See that? Grain. All right? And that we're going to add to this. We're going to take 1 cup. Okay? And this is where this becomes grain pie. All right? So I want to put 1 cup of this farro in there. Now, the rest of it, okay, I could keep the rest of this and use the rest of this. You know, I could have it for breakfast. It's really good for you, by the way. All right? So, okay. That's it. Now I'm taking that, and it's going right in here. That is the base of why this is called grain pie. Now, that grain, you see it's not gooey, all right, like oatmeal would be. All right, it's got texture to it. And now that texture is going to absorb the flavor of everything we just put in here. And when it bakes out, it's almost like tapioca in a sense, where it's going to really soften up, and that's the interior of our pie. Okay? Now, the question is, will it work? Will I get it? It's like barley, all right, but it's not barley. All right, it's different. And this is called farro. All right? Farro with an F, not with PH. Okay? All right. All right, let's get our shell. All right, here's our pie shell. Now, the pie shell is a little heavy, okay? I want it heavy because it's got to, it's got to be able to lift. I didn't make it too thin. All right, so we're going to poke some holes. All right. Okay. Put this in. Oh, do you know what I didn't add? Oh, I didn't add the milk. Guess what? We're doing it without milk. All right? I think it'll be fine. Probably going to be a little heavier, which is fine. Okay? Because this really is supposed to add some milk to this, but not a lot. I was going to put in here, like on the milk, I was putting like a quarter of a cup. So the regatta will work just fine in place of the milk. All right? That's it. It's more for texture. Now, we could leave it like that, or we could try to put some lines on here, which is, I want to try it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to because this dough is very, very soft. Okay? Very soft. So, we'll try. I'll see if I can get some lines out of this. All right? Let's get that there. I'm going to have to really flour this up pretty good to do this. Okay? Because this is very soft. All right? So we have this here. I've got this here. I'm going to move this around so I can work it. Let me get, I want to be able to go right across. I want to get at least a cross on there for me. All right, this is my Easter bread, so I'll make it a little religious looking. All right, a little bit. Okay. Whoops. Okay, that's all right. Good. Okay. Oh, let me make it longer. I got to make it a little longer. Okay. A little bit longer. I never did this before, my friends, so this is all learning. I'm learning right now and seeing how I can make this work. All right? I think I'm going to go with 4 crisscrosses. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? So we're going to take this first one right here. And even though it's going to break up, that's okay. I'm going right over here with it. 1, like this. Because this can go right into this dough. I'm not worried about that. This can bake right in there. Because it usually does. They usually do this with a pastry bag. All right? That's how soft that is. Okay? This is going to incorporate right into that. So, oh, come on now. Come on, Uncle Glenn. Come on. You got to do this. All right, good. Okay. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. Hook or by crook. We'll get it going. Okay? So soft. You have to flour this. Okay. I'm going to go. Yeah. All right. My grandmother would be killing me right now. What are you doing? What are you doing? All right, but believe it or not, all right, when we take this out of the oven, this probably is going to work. Now, you see what it's butchered up a bit, but this is going to blend into that. All right, so this is my last one right here. And it's so gooey. I should have refrigerated it more. All right, I'm going to do it again. Hold on. Got to get one more line there. And we're good. Now, I know you guys would do better than me, but I'm doing the best I can. All right, so we're just going to put that one like that. Oh, well. It is what it is. All right? We got the mix right. I didn't get the dough right. I didn't get the lines right. But we're going to make this blend right in so you're not going to even notice it. All right? All right. They'll know it's homemade. I can tell you that. I won't be able to say I got this in the store. All right, I'm going to do one last thing on that, and then it's going in the oven. Okay. Good. All right, it's not the best looking one in the world, but it's the first one. Hopefully, it's not the last one. We're going in the oven on this. I have the oven on 375 degrees. All right? But we're going to drop the temperature now to 350. It's going on here. And let me drop the temperature. And this is going to go in there for about an hour. All right? Let's check on it in about an hour. All right? And you watch. I'm telling you, it's going to look good when it comes out. You know, there's nothing like seeing the process. And now we'll let the mix itself kind of take over. That's what I'm hoping for. Now, if it doesn't, all right. I know what I didn't, I know what I should have done differently. I should not have brought it to room temperature so quickly. I mean, let it so long like I did a pie dough, because this has got a lot more sugar in it. So when it has a lot more sugar, it's not going to have that same body. And that was my mistake. I could have taken it out for a half hour. So when I was rolling it, it might have been a little tougher to roll, but it absolutely would have been easier to manage. This got to room temperature where the butter in there is just, you know, oozing out. And you couldn't really keep the shape. So that's what I learned. All right, next time I do it, it's going to stay in the refrigerator until I'm almost ready to use it. Then I'll take it out. All right, and I took this out at the same time that I took out the bread dough. And let's look at that. All right, here's our dough that we made yesterday. Okay, remember we made this yesterday? It was in the refrigerator overnight. All right? This was overnight. All right, now, this one should be better, hopefully. I'm going to put this on the board. I want to roll this out to a rectangle. Then I'm going to roll it. We're going to add all our meats and cheeses. In fact, I think we should get our meats and cheeses ready before we do anything. So let's do that. Okay? We have, this is going in that bread. Ham, supersad, pepperoni, and Genoa salami. We're going to chop that up. I have the cubed ham already. Okay? Then we're going to be adding imported cheese to that, cubed up, some provolone, some cheddar, some pepper jack, and some mozzarella. All right? So, without getting too crazy here, let's get this done. Let me get a bowl. And I know I can put my ham in here because it's already chopped. Okay? So let's chop up that salami. This is just, now if you had the pieces, it'd be good. But what we're doing, I'm just going to do it this way. Trying to get it around the same size. Okay? This will break up when we mix it, but that's okay. Okay. Let's take this. Let's drop it in. If you have ends, now some people layer it. I'm not layering it. I like it better in chunks. I just do, you know, so that's me. So you do what you like. If you want to layer it, you can layer this, almost like a stromboli. But I don't want to do that. All right, let me take my pepperoni. Okay, it's going in. And let's take the little bit of supersad that I had left. I'm using that. Now it's going in. Okay. Kind of mellow day. You know, we're allowed. Every day doesn't have to be a yelling, screaming, fun. Yeah. I mean, this is fun to me. It's a lot quieter today. And partially because of the time of year. You know, okay, let's do our cheese. All right, so this right here is an imported cheese. This is very sharp, very hard, all right? But I'm going to cut this into very small pieces because it's got a real, this is a real good, okay? So I'm cutting these pieces up like this. A little thinner because this isn't going to melt as quick. But it's going to salt it really good. It's going to give it a lot of that old world flavor. Okay. Okay. You think we're going to get all this in this bread? I don't know. I might be like making cereal out of this. All right, I'm going to use some pepper jack also. This is just so you get a little bite, okay? Okay. That's it. Right there. Right here. Now I'm just going to take these pieces, cut them down here. Going in. I'm going to break these up a little bit. Then we're going to break them all up. Let's take some provolone. All right. A little cheddar, sharp cheddar. I like this because of the color too. Looks good in there. You can use American if you want. Okay. Of course, we got to have some mozzarella. Okay. All right. Here's our filling. That's going to be that we're going to put in that bread. All right. Let's mix this together. Okay. I got ham in here. We have salami in here, pepperoni in here. We have some supersad. We have some imported cheese, provolone, cheddar, mozzarella, and pepper jack. Okay? So we're just mixing this all together now, like this. Okay? Nice, right? It's going to look good in the bread. Okay, good. All right. Okay. I'm going to roll it. And then I want to bring it to a circle, seal it, and put it in here and bake it. That's what I think I'm going to do. As opposed to just baking the whole thing out. All right, so I'm going to spray this up real good. Okay? That's our pan. All right? Let me get some flour on here. Because now I want to roll this out almost to the size of this board. Okay? Almost. Okay. All right, this is our dough that we made yesterday. All right? It's got all kinds of spices in it, pepper. It has rosemary. It has Italian spices. It's been sitting really good overnight in the refrigerator. All right, so now we're going to take this. You can probably see the herbs in it. You can see the olive oil in here. Okay? Okay? Now we're going to kind of roll this baby out. And I'm going to fill it. And then we're going to roll it. And we'll see how it comes out. All right? You ready? Let's try this. Let me get these out of the way. Get this out of the way. Get the eggs out of the way here. Okay. The dough is rolling beautifully. Okay? You can see the herbs in the bread. All right? You can see the pepper in the bread. Look how nice. That rosemary in there. Okay. All right. Now you know what I'm about to do, right? Of course. Let's get some garlic oil on here, right? Get some garlic oil. We have pepper in here, salt in here. We have all the fresh herbs in here. Parsley, rosemary. Okay? Now, let's go. All right. All right. All right, let's see if we can roll this baby. Okay? Now, you could bake it like this if you want to. But I think I want to put it in here. All right? I think I want to do that in there. It'll keep the shape. All right? Let's give it a whirl. See if we can do that. I'm going to bring it around this way. I might have to stretch it a little. See if it works. Okay? Yep, it'll work. Okay. It's allowed to be lopsided. You want to know why? Because it is. All right? But that's okay. It's going to, I don't mind. I don't mind. This is a homemade bread, you know what I mean? So, now we're going to let this sit out for a little while yet anyway. Just pinching this stuff down right here. And I may actually do something else to this, because there's no reason I can't. Okay? Be a little lopsided, that's all right. So what? I think I'm going to melt this right on the top. You think I should put this on here? Right on the top? Huh? Yeah. Hey. Homemade. What do you think? No, don't ruin it? I think yes. I think yes. How would it ruin it? You think it's going to ruin it? I mean, I'm thinking this will melt, right? This is all going to melt and get crunchy. Hey, if it doesn't work, I'm going to eat it anyway. I'm going to bring it over and turn it upside down. All right? They're going to eat it. It's not like they're not going to eat it. They'll eat it and go, oh, wow, wow. All right? I never did this. So since I've never done it, I'm going to continue to do what I've never done. And I'm putting it on. Plus, I got a valley over here. All right? We're putting it on. Let's see what happens. We'll melt that down. Let's see what happens here. You know, I told you I'm not a chef. I am not a chef. I like playing games. I like to try things. It's just me. Now, if I would say, oh, well, no, but it may burn. I don't know. But so what? It's not going to burn anyway. Okay? Now, I'll tell you what we're going to do, though. All right? This is here. All right? This cheese is going to melt. The oil is going to come out of all of that cold cut there. So it's going to actually crisp this up. This is what I'm thinking in my head. All right? So now I'm just going to push this down into here. Okay? I think it's going to be fine. Because I'm going to be turning this upside down anyway. So if it doesn't look good, it's going to taste great. Okay? Because it's going to have melted. Yeah, do you guys like grilled cheese when it gets like really, really melted? The salami that's here has oil in it. So that's going to release its own oil right there. Okay? I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be fine. All right? Less is more, but we're putting more. We're putting more. So it's maybe more is more. You know? Yeah, listen. I don't care. All right? All I'm going to do now is take this, put that on here, like that. I'm going to put it over by the stove, and we're going to let this proof up a little bit more. All right? So I'm putting this over here. It's a warm stove. Put that right on top. And that's it. We had a funny looking pie, grain pie that we did. Now we got a more funny looking Easter bread. And it's not going to be perfect. But, you know, I got a dog. My son got a dog the other day at the pound. And it's not perfect. The eyes are marble. It's weird shape. But guess what? I'm starting to get attached to it. I'm sure that I got my Easter bread, which is odd shaped. All right. We have our grain pie, which the topping is all off. All right. But the ingredients, as long as it tastes good, who cares? Mezzo, thank you. Look at that, Mezzo. You always come up too with the egg hunt. That was an egg hunt? Oh, you got me smiling, Mezzo. You got Uncle Glenn going. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Today, I didn't even care about anything. Today, I just want you guys to sit back, do what you're doing, enjoy yourself. I don't care how many likes we have. I don't care what. All right? I'm just going to focus on what I'm doing. And tomorrow will be the finale of Fall into Flavor. All right? It'll end season 1 tomorrow. Now, that doesn't mean that we're done. It means that now we're into Farm to Table to Soul, which now is going to be the garden, and Uncle Glenn farms in the garden. And then we harvest from the garden and we cook for the table. And then when we harvest and cook, we sit down and we share a meal. Family, friends. All right? So that's where we all started. And that's how we went from 200 to 38,000 family members, from Farm to Table to Soul. All right? And I want to get back to basics. I want to get back to doing what I love to do. And not that I haven't enjoyed any of this. I love it. I love all of you guys. But, you know, for those of you that might have been on this morning, I was talking about it. I was doing a lot of reflection. And I said to myself, you know, we get caught up in things sometimes for other reasons. And the amount of time that I was spending here on this, I had to look for avenues to try to make it make sense financially. All right? There's hours and hours of work here, which I love. So you start to get sidetracked and you start to get pulled in a little bit by the platform that you're on, giving you opportunities to do this and to do that. And before you know it, you've lost what you originally started to do. And I don't want that to happen. So we're going to be putting the brakes on a little bit. We're going to change up some things. And like, I won't be on the first part of the week cooking. Maybe next week, next Thursday or Friday, I'll be in the mountains with my nephew, and we'll all be up there, and I'm going to be cooking up there, probably with him. Now, he may be on a different platform, and so I might be on that same platform. All right? And it's not necessarily this one. I can't tell you which one it is, but all my lives get uploaded there. All of them from here. So I'm Uncle Glenn #2 everywhere. Let me just show you on the board now what we cooked and what we're cooking now, what we're finishing. All right, so you can see. All right, we did a grain pie. All right, we did the grain pie. I mean, the dough looked great. The mix that we made, the filling for it looked great. The topping, not so much. The butter started to soften up too much, but it's going to be fine. It's going to bake right into what we have. So the Easter bread, we just did that. All right, that's now on its second rise. And in the Easter bread, we made the bread yesterday. We let it sit overnight and proof. Now we just filled it with all kinds of cheeses and meats. We rolled it up. I put it in a bundt pan to keep it together. And that'll be going in the oven once the Easter bread comes out. Now we're going to do a stuffed leg of lamb. All right. So I have a fillet. They took the bone out of the leg of lamb. I want to take that and I want to butterfly it. And I want to make a mix that I can put inside of it. More like a seasoning mix. All right. And I have some like vegetable in it. I'll tell you all the ingredients. And they're going to take it. We're going to do almost like we just did the Easter bread. The only difference is that when we roll it up, we're going to tie it. And I have a net. I don't know if it's going to fit anymore once I have this all stuffed. But if it does, then I'll put it in the net. And I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and let that absorb all of the flavor that we're going to put in it. Then tomorrow morning, I'll start cooking off that stuffed leg of lamb. The next thing we're going to do after that is the leg of lamb bone in, which is about 12 to 14 pounds. All right? If you want to take a look at it, I'll show it to you. You want to see it? You want to see it?
No.
Otherwise, we'll just see it when I do it. All right? Yes, you do? All right. All right. So let me show you the fillet first. Okay? This is, the bone was taken out of this leg of lamb. Now we're going to take that and I'm going to butterfly that. And I'm not a butcher. I'm not a baker. I'm not a chef. So bear with me when I try to do this. Just like we did the bread and the cake. But we'll make it work. All right? So it's very good. The fat side is here. All right? And we're going to butterfly this out and flatten it out. And then I'm going to stuff it. And we're going to roll it up and tie it. And that's going to be one piece. All right? All right. This is the other leg of lamb with the bone in. All right? This is a big baby here, right here. Look at this. Look at this sucker. All right? All right? Now this one, we're going to poke holes in it. We're going to stuff it with garlic, with rosemary, and with cheese. And then we're going to make like an outer coating that I'm going to let this rest in the refrigerator overnight and kind of marinate. Now, I don't want to marinate it too much. All right, you don't want to put it in a bath of wine, but I do want to have some wine in there. All right, and then tomorrow in the morning, I'm going to start cooking these off. When they're finished in the roasting, then when I get to my sister's, I'm going to throw it on the barbecue just to sear the outside after I cook it. Now, a lot of people will sear it before. I'm going to sear it after. All right? Yes, like a rack of ribs. Yep, same thing. Huh?
You could be wild. You need both. That's...
You don't like the way that looks? Mama's like gagging.
That thing had a life.
Yeah.
Okay?
So does the eggs that we just ate.
No.
Yeah.
They're unfertilized. You don't understand. It's a nothing.
Not me. I take the beef, I take the pig, I take it all. All right? I like it.
And you threw up touching a warm...
I don't like the egg, though. The raw egg is not for me.
Warm.
Not for me. Look at this.
Of the chicken.
Look at this today.
Warm.
Look at this. All right? Hey, you see my apron? I got it on. Imagine if this was on my shirt, Mama. Huh? They're saying hi to you.
Oh. Happy holidays to everybody.
All right.
Come here, I'm going to fix your...
Huh?
I'm going to fix your...
No, don't be throwing it. All right.
Come here.
No.
Come here.
No.
Yes.
No. I am not going to get out away from me. No, you come here. You come. Oh, what are you doing?
I'm going out to dinner tomorrow, but I'm not going to travel. I'm going back to my sister and spending the night there. So I won't be home tomorrow. I probably won't even be home tomorrow. Dinner's at 2.
What the heck is that?
Who is that?
I'm going to do the same thing to her. All right? In the same place.
That's where I got
without the flour. All right?
Where I got it from.
Boop, boop, boop. What did you do? What? Oh, you got me smiling, Mama. Thank you. Oh, I need coffee after this one. Come on. Come on. What is that? How do you do that?
Now they can get my fingerprints.
Is that what the cabinets look like when I get done cooking?
Yeah.
You would think that this was actually made like that.
And yet, look at me. I didn't get flour on anything.
No, because I didn't put any on you. But wait till you go to sleep tonight. I'm going to tickle your nose, and I'm going to put some on your hand, and you're going to go, oh.
They get from you.
Oh. She handprinted me, yeah. All right, let's get finished over here. All right, so here we have our lamb. I got to make a mix. First thing I got to do first is clean up a little. All right, I got to do a little cleanup here, so it won't take long. All right, you guys just hang 1 minute. I have my dough bowl here that I'm going to clean out real quick. My dishwasher is full, and it just got cleaned, so I have to empty it. So I can't even get the stuff out of my way unless I clean it. Just bear with me a minute. All right. She knows what to do to get me smiling. You know that? She really does. You know how you know each other? And hey. Ay, ay, ay. I gotta look at this handprint now. And people are gonna come on this live and go, what the heck is that? They didn't see what just occurred. But this is how we live. I mean, I get this is commonplace here. They play tricks on me all the time. Always doing stuff. Huh? All right.
Music. Yeah, that's the thing that really sucks.
Yeah, I like the music. Yeah. Yeah, there's a way to do it. I just don't know how. I know that.
Can we write our own music?
Yes. You can write your own music. If you have your own music, or you're playing your own music, you can do that. Meaning that you created it. Or if you're playing another song and you're doing it, you can do it. Okay? But you can't use music that is just on the radio. At least it doesn't matter so much here, but when you go to other platforms and you try to upload your live, and if I had music on, it would knock me right out and tell me that that is a copyright issue. So you can't just use music in your background unless you own it or you own the rights to it. If you're using it to, like if I brought it to another platform, I have to either own it or These things are great though. Love it. These things clean up the best. They clean up the best. These bowls. I got to get rid of this apron now. All right, hold on a minute. All right, let me just do this right here. Get rid of this bowl right here. Hold on. I'm almost done. I had 2-3 bowls I had to do. Not a lot. Ooh, something's starting to smell good. That I'll tell you. Something is starting to smell really good, in fact. Okay. All right, last one. Steel bowls. Just clean up so nice. All right. Done. That didn't take that long, right? And I can put them back in here. Okay. Another flower bowl. Okay. Let me get rid of this silly apron that's got these handprints on it. And let me get a different one on. All right. Hold on. Okay. All right. All right. I take that. That's better, right? A little better. Why do I need a picture of that? I get it done to, I have pictures of all kinds of stuff. All right. Yep. All right, here we go. Let's make the mix before we butterfly this, or should we butterfly it first? Now, my microphone, what about it? No good? Does it work? The microphone okay? Or not? All right, let me go change it. Hold on. I'll switch it up. All right, let me go change it. Maybe the battery's lying on it. Hold on. Is that better? Can you guys hear me all right? All right? Okay, good. All right. So I want to make a filling that we're going to butterfly this and stuff it. Okay? So I think my first attempt, so that I know how much to make, let me see. I got some flour on here, which I really don't care about. All right? I actually prefer to have that on there. All right? To absorb some of that juice, because I'm going to have to wash this off anyway. All right? So I'm going to take this right here. Let me get a different knife that's a little, let's see, hold on, my friends. I want to use a fillet knife. It's a little tighter of a knife. Yeah, it's a little bit more flexible. Yeah. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is try to butterfly this and get it ready for, we're going to flatten it out, we're going to put some slits in it, and we're going to make a filling for it, okay? Yep, this is the bone, the leg, this is deboned. It's a leg of lamb deboned, all right? Then we're going to do the whole leg of lamb with the bone in it. I got about 35 people, so I wanted to make sure we had enough for everybody. All right, so I'm going to start here. I think I'm going to go with this membrane right here, and just kind of open this up if I can. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, if I cut this way, I should be able to open this up some more. Right like this. Yeah. I'm not talking to you guys because I'm trying to figure this out. All right? I'm not a butcher. I'm just trying to use some logic here about how this might be the best way. I think that's about it. I don't know if I'm going to get it much more than that without. I could probably. No. This is going to have to do. And this one I can probably do this way and get that out like that. Okay. I think that's about it. All right. I think that's how this is going to be. All right. That looked good, right? I mean, it's not, listen, it's not the butcher. All right. No, this is my butchering. Literally. Okay. So what are we going to do now? Now we got to make a filling for this. And I'm glad I did this so I know I can't overdo it. But I want to get this whole thing, and then I want to roll it. I'll roll it this way, right, after, and we'll get it back like that. Okay? That's how we're going to do it. So let's just get a filling for this. All right? First thing I want to do is put some slits, though, in here. Okay? We're going to put some slits right into this meat so that it all is going to be able to fill, with flavor. That's what I want to do. So as we make when we do this and we put the filling in and the spices in, I want this to absorb right into the meat. And I'm just doing a couple of little tiny slits on here to try to make that happen. Okay? That's all. All right? Looks good. Okay. Not bad. wash my hands, and let's make a mix. All right. Now I'm going to use my little machine that I have, and I'm going to be putting in there, in the filling, okay, it's not really that traditional. I'm going to be using some escarole that's cooked already, that has some sausage and some ham. And I'm going to grind that up with some roasted peppers, with a lot of parsley, with some rosemary, a lot of rosemary. And then I'm going to use breadcrumb and pecorino romano. All right, that's going to be my filling. I'm even going to throw a couple of raisins in there for some sweetness. All right, so let's do it. Okay, so let's take this and let me, you know what, I'll just do it over here so I don't have to move that. Okay, let me get a bowl. Get rid of this. Okay, put that there for now. Steel bowls right here. Put them there. All right. And we are going to use that blender that I have. All right. And we're going to mix some stuff in here. Okay, that's locked in. Good. Okay. So, I'm going to put in, start it. I have some cooked escarole with some sausage and ham. I'm going to bring you closer. All right, so you can see. Okay. So we're going to put in here some of this right here. This is going to, what reason I'm using this, I'll tell you why. Because this is going to really hold the spice flavor in it. And you're really not going to even taste it. Okay? But you could use spinach. If you want spinach, you could use spinach also. All right? But this is delicious, and I know it is. So it's full of flavor. Okay? All right. We're going to add some rosemary to that. Okay? I got some rosemary right here. And we're going to go pull backwards on it. Put that in. I'm going to make a filling. That's all I'm doing right now. Okay? We're going to mix this up, and then we're going to fold in some breadcrumb. And rosemary is a big deal. I'm using quite a bit of it. It's my predominant flavor with the lamb as far as spice is concerned. Okay? Now, we have some parsley right here. All right, I'm using a lot of parsley in here. Okay? You're gonna see how this thing works. We're gonna give it a whirl this time. All right? I'm gonna add a couple of pepper flakes, not a lot, a little bit. Okay? I'm adding some roasted peppers that we used the other day. We made these the other day. Okay? Got a couple of garlic pieces here. We're going to add some more garlic, and we're going to add garlic oil to this. All right? And we're going to blend that up for starters. Okay. Let me get my garlic oil and garlic right here. Get a spoon, and let's put some of that garlic right in there. Okay. All right. Now I want to see how well this little machine works. First thing I got to do is get the seal back on it. Okay, hold on. Let's get around here. Come on. Come on, be nice to me, will you? Oh, I have it the wrong way. Of course. Of course. Okay, there it is. All right. Plug this in. Okay. And let's see how this goes. We get this together. I'm going to put it on speed 1. Now I'll go to speed 2. Okay? Very dangerous, but great tool. Works great. Let me rinse this off. I'm going to be using it again, so I just want to put it out of the way. I don't want to throw this in my sink because the shields are off of it, and these are like razor blades. So you got to be really careful. I put it in a safe spot. All right, let's get one of our metal bowls. Okay. A spatula. And you see I use that escarole. You can't see it. Now you could use spinach if you want. But all right. That is going to be some of our filling right there. Okay? I'm going to taste this. Okay? Good. We're going to add a little lemon to that. I want to add a little lemon. Oh, that's actually very good. All right. Now we're going to squeeze some lemon in here. Mix that up. Okay. Breadcrumb. And some Romano. Okay. Garlic oil. All right, that's it. Blend this together. All right. I want to add. Where is? I have. Oh, I add some raisins to that. I know some of you don't like raisins, but I want to add a little sweetness to it. Okay, and this is gonna. The sugars are gonna come out of here. All right. I'm gonna add a few of these right in here. Okay. Now, you know, you don't have to. If you want to use that or you want to use some fig, you can put some figs in here too. All right? I don't have any right now. Otherwise, I would. Just makes it more authentic. I don't know. Gives it really good flavor. And that's the sugar part of it. You know, it just balances everything out. And that's what you want. You want it to be balanced. Okay? I'm going to add some more olive oil to this. I just want it a little looser. And the oil is going to really help to keep things moist. Okay? Okay. Okay. I'm going to use some garlic salt on here as my salt. It's got flavor. It's got the garlic. Salt it up a little right here. Okay. And we're going to add some fresh pepper to that. Okay. Now, we're going to massage this right into here. Okay? I'm using my hands and take this and I'm going to massage this right in into all those crevices right there. Okay? This is going to get all of the flavors. Okay? As this cooks and the lamb cooks, it's going to absorb into those breadcrumbs. All right? And it's just really fresh parsley. It's got some escarole, greenage. You can use spinach if you wanted to. You know, if you like spinach and you want to use that instead. That's probably a little bit more on the Greek side of, you know, some of the items to use. But certainly the raisins, a little bit of raisins that are in here. And we just gave it a little touch of the pepper flakes. Not a lot, just a touch. Okay? And that's it. We used it all. We put some sausage in here, some ham in here, all right, that we ground up in that little machine, which worked out really well. All right? All right. Okay, now I've got to roll this, and then I got to get some string and try to tie this baby. Okay? Let's do it. I'm going to start from here on the thinner part. I'm going to roll it out this way. Okay? Now we got to try tying it. Now it's going to ooze out of the side here, but that's all right. When we bake this, it's okay because that's going to bake in. And if some of the breadcrumb comes out, it's going to be all right. I'm not really worried about it. This is where it's going to get a little tricky, okay? All right. Hey, if you're new here, why don't you follow and share and join the fan club. You know, not asking for a whole lot today. I know you guys have been so gracious and so good with everything. My mods have been so terrific. You know, I couldn't have done what we've done without them so far. They've helped to keep the room, and they've done the best that they know how. And you know, I'm so proud of what they've done. You know, and we have some things we're going to adjust, but for the most part, I got to tell you, I've learned so much. I have learned quite a bit, my friends. All right. And now we're just going to tie this up really tight. Okay. Okay. I want to do that real tight right there. And let me put a knot in here, like so. And then I'm going to cut these up pretty good. Okay? There's one. Just got to get these nice and tight because this is really what's going to keep this all together as best as it can. I'm just doing a double knot right here. I was about to make a bow. No. I'm going to make a square knot. Okay. It's coming right out there. We got this filled, I'll tell you that much. And that's what we want. I mean, it's stuffed. So, and then we're going to do the outside of it. I want to just oil it up real good in salt and pepper. And now I really stuffed this, loaded it. So anything that comes out, excess is fine. You know, it's not going to be, but it may bake right in too. You never know. The nice thing about this is that when it's done, and we're just going to slice it, pieces of it. It should look really, really good. Should have some real nice layer and color and flavor. And then I'm going to finish this on the barbecue after it roasts. You know, we really sear it up nice. All right. And what we're doing, we're prepping up for tomorrow. I'm only halfway done. So I'm only going to be doing a little bit on here. I want to finish up the lamb here with you. But after that, we're gonna, okay, now we're just gonna take these, cut this right here. Okay, cut it right here. Anybody can do this. Anybody. It's just a matter of taking the time and being willing to fail. Take some chances. All right? We took some chances with that meat pie, and I don't know how it's going to be. It's still proofing. Let me look at this here. Oh, whoa. Does that ever look good down there? Wow. Oh, that grain pie looks so good. So good. I don't even know. Does anybody have any idea how long the grain pie has been in? I never put a timer on. Anybody know? Huh? Yeah. Huh? Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I went on at 10 after 2. Yeah, it's probably done. It's been in there about an hour, you think? 45 minutes? Chris, Chris is so good. All right, so we'll give it a little bit more time. All right? All right, so let's take this now. Now, I've got to do the outside of this. All right? So, I'm going to do the same thing. Instead of using just salt, I'm going to use some garlic salt on here. Okay, you want that salted pretty good, because this is the exterior. Okay? And we're going to really pepper this up too. Actually, I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use this one right here. Okay? Now, I want to massage this right in with the oil. Salt, the garlic salt, pepper, and the oil on the outside. All right? Get that rubbed in real nice. All right? And I have to get a tray for this. And I have to think in terms of refrigeration tonight. So, let me just take a look at something. Because that probably doesn't need a full sheet pan. I'm going to need that other leg of lamb for that. So let me just do something here and get the right tool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Should work. Okay. A little olive oil right in here. Okay. I'm going to get the bottom. Salt, pepper. Rub it in. Okay. And this is it. All right. What do you think? Huh? I think it looks pretty good. All right. So we're going to let this now. We'll put it in the pan. Now We refrigerate this and we let all the flavor absorb now into the lamb overnight. All right, I'll wrap it and this gets refrigerated. Then tomorrow morning, I'm gonna roast it, all right? And then I'm gonna finish it on the barbecue. Really, really hot when I get to my sister's. Throw it on the barbecue just to get a nice crust on the outside. And that's it. It's about, well, when it's stuffed here, I'll use a thermometer, all right, on my lamb. So, but I'm thinking I want it to be like a little rare. I'd rather it be on a little bit of a rare side than, I particularly like it fully cooked, but I know a lot of people like to have some red in there. So we'll see. I'm going to have to use the thermometer and I'll test it out and I'll take it out probably 135, 140 degrees. Oh, wow, my battery is low. Why is my battery low? Oh, it's not charging. That's why. That's why you were getting glitches. It's not plugged in. Hold on. Okay. All right. That should help. Guessed. All right. All right. All right. So that's done. I'll put this aside. I'll wrap this up later. This is going in the refrigerator. This will be overnight. All right? Okay. Let me get this out of the way. We'll take a look at that later. But I think we did okay for never butchering before. All right? Okay. Now, let me look at that grain pie. I want to take a closer look at it. And it smells great. I mean, it smells, you can smell the citrus on that. You can smell the citrus. I mean, it smells like a creamsicle is cooking. I'm telling you. All right? I'm just rinsing this off. I'm going to use this bowl again because I got to make. Now we're going to take the big leg of lamb and we're going to do the similar. Not the same thing, but we're going to do that other leg of lamb. All right? Put this aside and let's get it. Take a look at it. First, let me go look at the grain pie. I want to see how that came out. All right. This right here, let's look at our Easter bread. Our Easter bread is under here. I didn't put it in the oven yet. Look at that. Look at the Easter bread. All right. See how it proofed up nice? Remember that little part that was so low? Look, it's almost there. All right. This is going to come out nice. We took a chance. All right. We took a chance on this. And this is a nice bread that we made yesterday. We had it resting overnight. Then we took all the cold cuts. We took ham, salami, supersad, pepperoni. And then we took some cheeses, which was mozzarella, some imported Romano. I put cheddar and some pepper jack in here. Okay? I'm going to bake this as soon as I take out the grain pie. So let's take that grain pie out now and let's take a look at it. All right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look. Look at that, my friends. Remember what I said about the cross? How it would blend in? Look at that. It smells just so good. Now, I got to check to see if it's done. Now this is going to be a little bit more. Remember, there's regatta in there. So I think it's going to have to go back in. Yeah, I'm going to put it back in. It's looking good, but let's let it bake out. I'd rather it be more than less, okay? I'd rather it be more cooked than less cooked, especially with this. Because the regatta, I want it to set. I want the eggs to set. I mean, there's no jiggle on it, but I would say another 10 minutes in here would be really helpful. All right, what do you think about that? Think it looked pretty good? If you could smell it, you would die from deliciousness, because it smells like a creamsicle with a hint of that cinnamon coming out, the lemon rind, the orange rind, just really, really a sweet, homey smell. And it reminds me of when I was a kid. You know, Grandma, she used to bake this stuff all the time. And I never got the recipe from her. So we just winged it today. And we're doing all right. I think that Easter bread's going to come out pretty good too. All right, so we're going to leave that in there about another 10 minutes. Look at that. Look, Tracy. Thank you. We're gonna go to the lamb now. Now, you notice Uncle Glenn has not been talking a lot today. All right. I know you guys are watching, and I'm glad to have you all here. You know, you're doing your taps. Chef Firecracker, thank you. All right. And I appreciate everything. But I'm focused today on getting this prep work done. And Kit Kat, thank you. Thank you. You know, I love you guys. And no matter what, you know I love you. All right? So let's do this. Let's get this lamb done. All right? Because I really want to get out. I want to be done here, cleaned up and everything by 6:30. I would like to get to a service this evening. If I don't, I'm not going to be a happy camper. I'll feel bad. So I'd rather get this stuff done and get over there, okay? So let's do it. Let's not waste any time. All right, so let's take this lamb. Here's our leg of lamb. Well, you know what? I'm going to clean this board off because I'm going to do that leg of lamb right in that pan. So let me get this cleaned off, okay? All right, let me just clean off a little bit right here, if I can. All right, just rinsing this off. Don't need to clean it thoroughly yet. Gonna hit it with a little bleach. And I did have the meat around it. Even though I'm using the meat, I'm putting meat again, but it's not gonna be on the board. I just want to have it a little sanitized on here. Now this week, my friends, I'll be in the garden probably if the weather's good. I know tomorrow is supposed to be a rainy day here in the north. So it's going to be a rainy Easter. Monday, I don't know. If it's nice, I'll be out there. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll see how it goes. But I won't be cooking. All right. We'll be ending our Fall into Flavor Season 1 tomorrow. Tomorrow's the finale. And then I'm going to pick it up with my nephew. He's going to be doing his cooking live on Thursdays. So I'll most likely either be cooking with him, and it might not be on over here. We might be somewhere else. So if you want to continue following all over, make sure you look for Uncle Glenn #2. And you know where it is. All my lives get uploaded there. All of them. These complete lives from here go there. So if you need to see something and you missed it, you can always go there. But when you get there, make sure you follow and subscribe. All right? Okay. We got that. Let's get on lamb. And let's take a look at it. All right? All right. There it is. All right, look at this. Amish country. Direct from local Amish country. All right. We got big lambs there. My goodness. All right. Look at the size of this baby. All right. So, first thing I got to do is take it out of this. All right. Now, let me get this Cryovac right here. And I'm going to cut along the Cryovac and get this out. Okay. Now what I'd like to do is wash it. All right. So let me get everything out of this sink right here. I'm not going to wash this stuff and just pulling it out. Let me just clean my sink up a little bit. I have food in here, you know, from what we've been throwing in. And I want to get that all out. All right. And then I'm just going to rinse that real good. All right. Let me just clean my sink up a little. So I want to rinse that lamb off before I do anything to it. And then I'm going to dry it real good. All right. And then we're going to be working. I got to put slits in it. We're going to be putting garlic in it. We're going to be putting some cheese in it. I got to get my cheese ready that I'm using. Okay. Okay, I got the cold water running. Okay. Good. All right, let's take a look at this. Big lamb. Oh, man. This is a leg of lamb. Oh, yeah. Let me get this over here. And let me run the cold water in there. Get rid of this Cryovac. Get it all rinsed off nice. Cold water. Just rinsing it off, getting any of the excess blood juices off of here. I want to start from fresh. Okay? Okay. Done. Okay. There. Okay. I'm going to dry this. All right. Now, one of the things, if you want to have a nice crispy outside of a meat, you got to make sure it's dry before you put it in the oven. All right. Just got to make sure. So, we're not putting it in the oven tonight, but we're going to get this all set up. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. What we're going to do is I have to cut up some cheese, first of all. All right, I'm going to be poking holes in here. And I'm going to stuff it with garlic and with rosemary and with cheese. Okay? Garlic, rosemary, and cheese is what I'm going to be doing it with. All right? Now, if you guys are just hanging out here, it'd be great. I love, seeing you guys tapping away. Follow Uncle Glenn. Join the fan club if you like it. We got a good place here. And you'll get notified when we are on Farm to Table to Soul, because tomorrow will be the finale of Fall into Flavor Season 1. And it was a great season, I must tell you. I mean, I had the best time. We did so many things. We cooked so many different cuisines. We had the Wheel of Flavors, all right? And that was a lot of fun. That was very, very challenging. Yeah, so we're gonna be going back into into Farm to Table to Soul, which is a great series. And if it's anything like it was last year, I know you guys are gonna love it. Even if you're not into gardening so much, and you just wanna, you wanna watch how the progression of starting from the ground with a seed and it turning into a full harvest of food that we're going to be cooking with. So I'm going to be going into my own little farm, my garden, harvesting, whether it's herbs or vegetables or wherever it might be. All right. I'm going to be using that and then coming up here, and it's just going to be the table part is going to be the cooking. Now, does that mean we're not going to be cooking between now and the harvest? No, it doesn't. Are we going to be cooking less? Yeah, probably. But at least on here we will be. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos and less lives until I'm able to go live. I need 1,000 followers on some of the other accounts. And so that's really what the plan is. All right? So let's do this. Here's my sticks. I have my cheese sticks right here. All I did was take the Romano and I cut it into sticks. All right? Now, I'm going to put them in the lamb and I'm going to break them off. All right? I'll show you. Just bear with me. Okay? Now, let's get our rosemary, which is a really important herb for what we're doing. Okay? We have our rosemary right here that we're going to be using. Okay? And we need some garlic, which is my garlic I'm going to use for my garlic oil. Okay, I got some garlic in here. Might not be enough, and I might have to then resort to, I have to make more garlic oil anyway. You see how quickly we went through this? Didn't take that long, right? All right, so I'm going to start with the basics before we start seasoning it. All right, so I'm going to take this knife, all right, right here, and I'm going to start poking some holes right into here. All right, it's going down with it like that. I'm going to, same thing over here. Okay, it's going down in it, down, down, down. All right, I'm going to do the same thing. I'll do that on the other side. Now, let me just show you what I'm going to be doing. Okay, it's going to take some time, but it's worth it. All right, the first thing we're going to do is take a piece of garlic like that, and I'm going to shove that garlic. See how it breaks up? Nice. It's like paste. All right, it's going right in those slits that I just made. Now, this is going to take a little bit of effort here. All right, but we're going to make this delicious. All right, you got to make. I'm right in the fat. Now, why am I doing this in the fat right here? I'm doing the fat because the fat's what's going to distribute most of this flavor, okay, into as it breaks down. So I'm putting that right in there. Now I'm going to take a piece of rosemary, and do the same thing. Let's stuff some rosemary right in there. Okay, with that. Okay, right in. This is how I do it. I mean, and I gotta tell you, it's comes out interestingly great. All right, then I got a piece of cheese. Okay, putting the cheese in as far as I can. Okay, and that seals it right there. Put the cheese in right there. Right, this is gonna melt. Right in. Look at that. Right in. One more right here. As far as I can get it. Break it. Smash it in with the garlic and the rosemary. Okay? Now we're going to do the next one. Right here. Let's make some more slits. Alright? I got a slit here. Okay? These are going to go a little deeper. They're going to be easier to do. Alright? I'll show you. I'll show you this way so you can see. Okay? Okay? Garlic, right in. Take it, I'm going to smash some of this right in there. Look at that. Goes right into that, the cavity of that slit that I just did. Same thing right here. A slight. And this garlic, this is great to use, this garlic, because this garlic's already cooked. So it gets in there so easily. All right? More garlic right here. Okay? That little slit, boom. I'm going to get, it went nice and deep into the cavity. Look at that one piece, right in there. And that's getting into the meat. All right? Now, let's take our cheese that we just did. Stick a piece of cheese in. Actually, let me do the rosemary first. Okay, rosemary, 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 right here. This is why it's called prep. All right, this is where you're going to get your flavor. Now I'm going to put the cheese right in, seal it. That's going to melt in there. When you do the slices later tomorrow, that garlic and rosemary, and then you're going to have these like little pieces of oozing cheese, which is just so good. All right, look at that. Went right in. Look, it's in the cavity of the lamb right there. But let me get the, did I put the rosemary in yet? No. Put some in there. Okay. Garlic's in. Take that. Get that in there. All right. Look at that. Inside, packed in the lamb. Okay? Do the same thing here. I got these slit right here. Got a piece of garlic. I'm going to smash it right into that hole and push it down. All right? Smash this right into that hole and push it down. Okay? Push that garlic right into the flavor of this. This is full of flavor. This is how you fall into flavor. That was the whole purpose of the name that you guys actually came up with. And what a great name, because it was exactly Uncle Glenn and how he cooks. All right? And I like to do things that a lot of people don't do. All right? Why? Because when they eat it, they either love it or hate it. And I like to try things. Now, I've done this before, so I can't say this is the first time I've done it, and it came out really, really good. So why not repeat what works? All right? Garlic in a slit right here. All right? Now we're just going to repeat this. All right? But this is what's important. Okay? This is how you're going to get a really, really flavorful lamb that's going to be very unique. All right? With this rosemary flavor, when it comes out and it gets in there, if you like rosemary, it's just really excellent stuff. Okay, let's get that in right there. That one in right there. Mm-hmm. When you carve it, it's very interesting because you see the cheese. People can't wait to grab a piece. Oh my goodness. I need a piece of that. Yeah. Okay. Look at that little hole right there, right? My finger's in it. Look at that. I put that right in, that garlic. All right, let's get some of this rosemary right in. Cheese right in. Okay. Yeah. Another one right here. Do it. Right in. Garlic, rosemary, cheese. Okay. Good. Good. I just want to do a couple right here. And then we'll turn this over. Okay. One there. I got one there already. I got one here. Good. And right in here. Good. Okay, so I get 3 more pieces right here. We're going in here. Garlic. Now, if you don't have cooked garlic, you could use the uncooked, because it's going to cook inside the lamb anyway while this is roasting. All right? Take the rosemary right here. Put that right in. Just repeating the process. All right? Now, I know that watching me do this now that you know what I'm doing, isn't the most thrilling thing in the world. But it's what I have to do. So, you guys want to hang out and do it? Great. I love you. If you are, though, you got to tap away. Let's tap away. All right? I appreciate it. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this right now, we did one side of this. All right. This has got plenty of flavor. Plenty of flavor. Now we're still going to dress the outside here when I get done doing the first part of how I marinate it. Okay? Now I'm going here. Doing the same thing. 1, 2, 3. That's a bone right there. Okay, bone right there. That's all right. There we go. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go pretty quick. I just get my finger in. Watch. All right? Yeah. Yeah. All right? Garlic. Right here. Right in. Boop. Another one. Right in. Okay. One, two, three. Some rosemary in there. Then we're going to make we're going to use that mixer again. We're going to take some parsley. We're going to make a paste. All right? And we're going to rub this thing out with it. All right? Anybody ever do with cheese before? You ever put cheese in this? Anybody? I have to make more garlic oil. Yeah, I'm not making it today, though, because I don't think I really need it for tomorrow. Although I will be cooking. I might have to in the morning. We'll see. Okay, this garlic's going right in. Just putting my finger in there, breaking that hole open like that. Okay, putting this piece right in there. Look at that. Goes right in. Okay. Some rosemary in there. Okay. Get the cheese in there. Nice down there. This seals it. Cheese, and it melts right in, and it salts the inside. This cheese is what's salting the inside of this lamb by what I'm doing. Okay? Just put my holes in the slits that I made. Okay? And I'm just going to fill them. Right? Garlic. Right in. Garlic. Right in. Okay? Going in. I'm almost done with this garlic right here. Boy, oh boy. Went through it. Oh man, I just might have enough pieces. Look at this. Holy smokers. Wow. Oh yeah. Wow. Oh my gosh. I couldn't have planned that better. I couldn't have planned this better. My last one. And I got one last hole. Look at that. Beautiful. All right. Let's take the rosemary. Let's get rosemary in. Right there. Right here. Right here. Right there. Another piece right here. Okay. And now the cheese. Piece right there. Get it right in. Boom. Okay, I use that whole piece there. Nice. Get the rest of these in. Good. Right here. Right into the meat. Okay. Right into the meat. Like an injection of cheese. Going right in to salt. This is what's going to salt this whole leg of lamb right here. Okay. Okay. Just got enough too. Good. Okay. All right. I think I got every one. I did. All right? All right. Now, what are we going to do? Show you what we're going to do. Okay? We have this all now stuffed with the garlic, the cheese, the rosemary. Okay? We've got it in all the crevices. When this cooks, the inside of this meat is going to get all of that flavor as it's cooking. All right? All right? Now, all right. This stuff back here. All right, we're going to make it now. I'm going to use this again. Right here. Let me bring you over. All right, because I'm not done yet. All right, I'm not done. I want to use this, and I want to make a coating that I'm going to be putting on there. That also is going to be a marinade while it stays overnight. Okay? So, since I don't have any more of my garlic from my garlic oil that's cooked already, I got to use some fresh garlic, which is fine. Okay, this will cook. I'm going to take a few cloves. 2, 3, 4, 5 cloves. Okay? 5 cloves of garlic. Going right in. All right? Okay. Actually, so you use a little more? Yeah, we'll use a little more. A couple more. Good. I mean, the garlic is a key flavor here. All right? Let's get rosemary right here. just break this rosemary up. Okay. I'm making a coating that is going to get a crust on this. It's going to create a crust as this cooks. That's what the plan is. All right? Similar to what we did before. Okay? Okay. I just toss that. All right. Now, I have garlic in here. I have rosemary in here. I want to get some parsley in there as well. All right. So, we do what we did before. Cutting this right down here. Taking that whole thing of parsley that's going in. Okay. Got another piece right here. I'm not going to let it go to waste. Okay. All right. We're going to put, I think I have some thyme. I do. So I want to use some dried thyme because I don't have any fresh thyme. So I'm going to use a little bit of dry thyme right here. Okay, and roughly about 2 tablespoons. Okay, want to herb that up because this is going to cook out. Okay, so we have in here, we have some garlic in here, we have the rosemary, we have some thyme. I'm going to put some of my garlic oil in there. I'm going to put a little red wine in here, and some salt and some pepper. Some pecorino romano, and some breadcrumbs. Okay? So, let me get some pepper. Hold on. Let me get I didn't put any salt. Okay, so what am I going to use? I'm going to use what I used before, some garlic salt. Because this is a really heavy garlic, rosemary, kind of a topping. All right, I'm going to add even a little bit more salt to this, and this is just a pink Himalayan salt. All right, because the salt is going to be what's going to give it that crust on the outside. All right. Now we're going to add some breadcrumb to that. Well, let's just do this first. Okay. All right. Oh, I got to put olive oil in. Garlic oil. That's what I forgot. Okay. Garlic oil. This is our rub, basically. All right, let's do it. Ready? Good little tool here. I have it in my showcase. Cheap. That's speed 1, speed 2. All right, let me get the breadcrumb in here now. I'm going to actually put the cheese in first. All right, I'll get that right in. I'm going to scrape the side down a little. Right here. This I got to put away before I'm not dropping it in the sink. All right, so here's our mix. This is like going to create a crust on that. Okay, that's the whole purpose of it, is to create a crust. Now I am going to add some more olive oil to this, just to get it a little bit more oily, because I do want this just to be nice and crusty. All right, so I have some olive oil right here. It's not garlic oil, it's olive oil. All right, that's it. That's what I want. Now, it's not so dry. It's got this. This is going to crisp up. Oh, I got to pull that pie out. Man, oh man, forgot all about it. Okay, all right. Well, I know it's done. Oh, it actually looks very good like that. It's probably perfect. Oh yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Look. Look at that. Look at that. Huh? Grain pie. This is our grain pie that we made. All right? I'm putting that over there. And I'm putting our bread in. Let's take a look at the bread. All right, let's get this right here. This is our meat bread. All right, this is going in the oven right now. Pop this on at 375, and we'll get this in the oven baking. All right, let me get a tray for that as well. Hold on. Boy, this house smells great. I gotta tell you, smells really good. Okay. Okay, done. All right, we'll let that cool off. And I should have put this in here. You know what? No. No, just leave it out. Okay. All right. This is going on here. All right, now we're going to rub that in. And this is our crust. Okay? Now we're just going to massage this right into this leg of lamb here. Okay, all that flavor. This is going to fill those crevices up with the parsley, okay? The garlic, the olive oil. This is our crust right here. This is going to really form a nice, thick crust on this when it cooks out. Okay? Pushing that right into the holes that are on there as well. All right. Doing the same thing over here. Not quite as much, but we're going to get it on. Okay. See how it stayed nice, even though I turned it over? stayed on here really nice. Okay, and that's from the olive oil, the garlic oil, the breadcrumb, the cheese, keeping it all together. Now this is going to marinate. I'm going to put a little bit of red wine in here on the bottom. I'm not bathing it in red wine. I'm just going to put some on the bottom. And that red wine, I'm going to turn this every once in a while, a little bit. And this is going to help to make my gravy. Once the drippings are done, then I'll have a nice base for a gravy. All right? So I'm just going to put red wine in here, on the bottom, a little bit on the top. Let it just soak in a little bit. Not a lot. And that's it. Okay? That's going to absorb into those crevices and into those holes that we just did. Okay? All right? That's it. Prep for today is pretty much done. All we got to do now I got to do a little bit of cleanup. I don't know if you guys want to hang out and take a look at that bread, but that bread's going to be probably about 35 minutes, 40 minutes. Huh? Set the timer. And the other one came out all right. We lucked out. I forgot all about it when I said 10 minutes. I was probably back in there about another 20, right? At least. So I think this is going to come out pretty good, though. Now I've got to get this all refrigerated. Okay? And when this gets roasted, I'm going to put this on a rack. This is going to go on a rack. All right? I have it in the red wine right now, just soaking up. All right? But this is going to go on a rack, which is going to then elevate it, and it'll allow it to cook throughout, and all the drippings will go in this pan. And then when I'm done, and I'll let it rest for about an hour, then I'm going to bring it to my sister's. And then I'll have her barbecue on really, really hot. Really hot. And I'll drop this right on there so I can get it seared. So it'll have a nice crust, a little bit of burnt on the outside. Then we slice it. Same thing with the rib roast that we did. All right? So same thing that we just did. All right? And all right, you want to see the roast? Anybody want to see the roast that we did? Did anybody miss it? We took a boneless leg of lamb and we stuffed it. All right, I'll show you the boneless leg of lamb. All right, we stuffed it. There. This is the boneless stuffed leg of lamb right here. Boneless stuffed. All right. This is the whole leg of lamb with the bone in. We scored it. We have garlic, cheese, rosemary. We have a nice coating on the outside. And this should be really good. So on the menu for Easter Sunday, for Resurrection Sunday, for family and friends of 35 people, we will have this. We'll have some, last night I made the Sunday sauce with pork necks, pork feet, pork ribs, meatballs and sausage. We'll have chicken scaparella. We'll have the lamb. We will have burnt broccoli, carrots, We're going to have a full antipasto, which will have all the meats and cheeses, the bread that we just baked that's in the oven. And I think it'll be a real feast for our Lord and for us. It's an amazing day. It is a day that I have been freed, and I want to remember that. Tried to really reflect on it a little bit this morning. I heard a sermon this morning that was eye-opening. And it's always nice when you realize certain things in your life, no matter when it is. Whether it's, some of us are fortunate enough to find out some truths early in life. All right? And then others of us, like myself, it's later in life. Or it's later in life that you actually try to understand having a grip on things that you really don't. And that we all need help. We all need help. We can't do it on our own. And that's where the anxiety, the fear comes in. So a few years back, I just realized that I needed to submit to a God who is so omnipresent. A God that spoke and it was. Just spoke it and it was. Not, oh, let me plan this and let me do this and here's how I get. No, he spoke and it was. That is a God that I will worship. That's who I will submit to. Because putting myself in his hands, who's better than me? So that's what I learned. All right? That's what I learned. And I tell you, you learn this, you have a lot more peace in your life. All right? You have a lot more peace when you give the wheel over, when you give control to the one that's going to love you no matter what. Here's my little bit of preaching. For those of you who don't like it, I'm sorry. But this is reflective day today, and tomorrow's a celebration. Not only of family, but of faith. And I embrace my faith. I had to learn to have the courage to say that Jesus Christ is my Savior, my Lord, my God. It takes courage. People don't like hearing that. So, if I offend you, I'm sorry, but we respect each other. I respect you, you respect me, and we all get along. If we don't, remember, swipe away. I'm not yelling and screaming today because this is a more solemn part of me. You guys know me, having fun all the time and laughing and joking. But there is a part of Uncle Glenn that is this. That is reflective and solemn. And I get like this a lot early in the morning in my garden. Let me tell you. Because that's when it's more internal, when you're doing things like weeding and you're just working the soil. All right? It causes you to think. And it causes me to pray also, and just works out really well. All right? Yeah, we have to dance like David. That's right. And I know that many of you are going through so much. For those of you that don't know, I get messages all night long, all day long, from family members. Uncle Glenn, thank you for his family, helping me have a place to go to. I was so lost, so alone. And I just feel loved. And that's not in their imagination. It's not. It's what we do. We don't even know each other. And yet, we're fulfilling our responsibility to love on each other. And what a blessing to me to be able to do that. And I feel for some of you. I know some of you on here right now are hurting. You're hurting with health issues. You're hurting with finances. You're hurting with just feeling alone, having a bunch of anxiety, taking care of a family member. I know it. And trust me, I've had some of those issues myself. So, if you're in that position, then hear my word. I'm not preaching, I'm just telling you that whatever you're going through, whether it's a trial, a tribulation, heartache, hardship, health, or you're celebrating a wedding of a daughter, or a confirmation, or a new job, or a marriage, or a baby, or time of joy, remember, it's only temporary. There is nothing that you should get proud and get too comfortable that's going good in your life. And you shouldn't let fear and anxiety guide you if it's going bad. Because it's all temporal. There is a time for everything under the sun. A time to be born and a time to die. So that's my words to you on this holy day. And tomorrow, probably the holiest of holies. All right? I love you guys too. All right. We got our bread in. You got me talking. So I'm kind of waiting for that bread to come out so you can say, hey, Uncle Glenn, enough. I want to see the bread. Let's get going. All right? And I just want to thank everybody also for every tap, every heart, every gift. You guys are really generous, and I love you all. What is that? Oh my goodness. What were those hummingbirds? I never saw something like that. What was that? What was that? Where did that come from? Who did that? Holy smokes. My goodness. Now, did anybody ever see that? Where? Oh, whatever it was, thank you. Thank you. Or did someone just achieve a certain goal? I don't know. But that was so cool. They were like hummingbirds that were on me. It's a flute of birds. Oh my goodness. I loved it. I loved it. Love it. Great. Thank you for that. Thank you. And I want to wish everybody also a happy Easter if you're celebrating, and if you were celebrating Passover or any holiday that you may be celebrating with your families, enjoy it. Enjoy it. All right? I know that bread isn't done. So you know what I'm going to do in the meanwhile? All right? You guys are going to hang out. It's boring, but I got to do a little cleanup. I got to get a jump on things. All right? So while you're here, I want to take this, first of all, get some saran wrap on this. And actually, I'm not. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator uncovered. And you know why I'm going to put it in the refrigerator uncovered? Because I want it to dry out. All right? I want this to dry out. I want this to go in the oven where this coating here has dried up a bit. It's going to give you a better coating. We have a little bit of wine on the bottom, and this tomorrow will go on a rack, and this will probably have to cook for about, I'm going to say, To be medium rare, probably about 3.5 hours. This a little less. All right. So I'm going to get this out of my way right now because this will have to go in my other refrigerator. And let me just move this. All right. Let me get this one right here. I think that came out pretty good. I like the way it tied. I like the way it's looking. All right.
Oh.
Mama just walked into the nice leg right there. And here is the
You have to
other.
put it right in front of the coffee.
Oh, I'm sorry. You want coffee?
No, you have to do me a favor.
What's that?
I need
What do you need, babe?
the dog food.
What? Scoop some dog food?
Do his...
You realize I had to change my apron because of you. Did you guys see what? I know you're all. I'm going to show you what she did to me before. Look at this. Look at this. This is the joke.
It was a hug.
It was a hug. She did give me 3 kisses today. I got to tell you. This morning, I was like moved. She just grabbed my face and gave me 3 kisses this morning. Oh, because she said I look like my grandmother. She said, you look like your grandmother. She felt so bad for me. How horrible it was.
No, look at those eyes. Those are Nornie's eyes.
So she said I got my grandmother's eyes. All right?
Little-
They're sad eyes.
Scoop me. Scoop me.
Look what she did. Oh, it's not even, you can't even see it that good anymore.
Well, you can see it's 2 hands. Or 2 turkeys. Too bad it's not Thanksgiving. It's like the turkeys I made in kindergarten.
You realize you got to clean this. You know that.
Oh, real? Oh, darn. Oh. Oh, no. There goes my whole week. Oh. Oh. Scoop me.
Scoop? What, dog food?
Yes, please.
What about this thing?
Ugh,
Huh?
I don't eat it.
Why not?
I don't trust anything.
Oh, he's doing pretty good with that. 1?
Was it heaping?
Yeah. 1 or 2?
No, 1 heaping.
It's Easter. He'll have a little extra. Yeah. I got to scoop dog food. All right. Hold on. I'll get this out of the way. You want to see the grain pie? See the grain pie?
Me?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Look.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Right? Looks pretty good, right? She don't like this Italian stuff. I don't know. She don't like pig's feet. She don't like.
I don't like things with a face.
All right? She don't like it. She likes peanut butter and jelly. She likes eggs. She likes French toast. And I'm cooking
That's it?
pig's feet. I'm cooking steak. I mean, meat. And it's
You're
just.
cooking feet. You're cooking legs. You're cooking thighs. You're
Yeah.
cooking stomach.
Love it.
Okay? I
Oh,
prefer
you guys like stomach?
peanut butter.
Do you
and
like
jelly.
tripe? Anybody like tripe? She likes fish too. Yes, you're right, Shelley. How do you know?
I do like fish.
She likes that. Yeah, she's
But
very bland.
But I can't go fishing. And
But
I
she can't go fishing.
Eat a fish. that
And if you bring the
tastes-
fish home, you're cruel until it gets on the plate.
No. Mm-mm.
Oh yeah. Come on.
No. I never ate fish that we brought home. Flopping like that. Ooh.
Mondago, yeah, Mondongo. Yeah. Very delicious. I mean, I go to this one place. It's like I go out with my buddy now. You want to go get steak? Or you want to go get some Italian food? I go to this one place, they have tripe. The only place that makes it. And they give me such a heaping plate of it because nobody eats it except me. And one of them, I never have any take home. I don't. I eat the whole thing.
You better not.
I promise you.
sure it's the whole
I pass on the intestines or the stomach. Rock, you don't eat sausage? Huh? Do you eat sausage, Rock? Rocky. Sausage is the intestines. It's the casing of this, it's intestines of the pig. Or whatever it is, cow.
If it's a natural casing.
What's the difference? Natural, it's the casing of their
because if it's
intestines.
Natural, then that's what it is. If it's not natural casing.
All right, so that's what, how do you, that sausage casing is intestines.
Or chemical.
Yeah, tripe does have a smell to it, that's for sure. All right, and that's why I get it, and it's in a sauce, and it's really hot. What's natural intestine? What are the ones that we got? They're natural intestines.
Natural casing.
Yeah, what about it?
Natural casing? That means it's a natural intestine.
Yeah, it's intestine. That's what it is. I only eat turkey because it doesn't matter. The inside is what you're eating. That's the outside that's keeping that turkey in there is the intestines. So I don't know what kind of intestines they are. If it's turkey, it's still turkey intestine? I don't think so.
You have to look on the package.
I don't care. I've eaten kidneys, brains. I lost a girlfriend over a lamb's head that was on a plate. All right, when I was a kid. All right, my mother used to. These are things we ate it.
It was like gabazelle.
The gabazelle. Yeah, it's true, Darlene. The poor dog, I know. And this girl, I was in 8th grade, she was in 7th, this cute little blonde. All right, cute. I was in love. And I said, Ma.
And you had a Great Dane.
And I had a Great Dane. I said, Mom, I have this friend of mine that's coming over. Her name is whatever it was. And can she come over for dinner? She, oh, yes, of course. She comes over for dinner. I used to have a Great Dane. A Great Dane. All right, so when she came over, we were playing with the dog. And I got to tell you, the kitchen smelled amazing. I thought, oh, wait till we get I'm expecting like a roast beef or something. So my mother goes, dinner. Oh, dinner. All right. So we leave the dog, we leave the TV, we're sitting in the living room, and we go into the kitchen. And she says, come on, sit down. Everyone was sitting down. And we go there, and there on each person's plate was a half of a skull of a lamb. The gabazelle. And the girl looked at the plate, she looked at me, and she called her mother. She thought it was the dog's heads. She thought we grew a dog. I don't know what she thought. And she never, ever talked to me again. She thought we were cannibals. She thought we were cannibals. She was a little German girl and a really nice. Oh, so I still remember the blonde hair, the blue. Oh, yeah. Ma, what did you do? What did you do? Oh, it's delicious. It's delicious. Eat. Insane. But it's true. I don't know. Human intestines, I haven't had the pleasure. All right? Hold on. Yeah. So, we have a little levity here tonight. Oh my gosh. Oh, whoa. This might be worth the wait. This might be worth the wait. That was disgusting. I know it. All right. You know what I'm going to do? Can I put my dishes away from the... All right, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Because I can't even clean until... You ever see Motel Hell? I mean, I've been in a couple of them. No, It's worth the wait, Unc. What's worth the wait? Oh, waiting. Oh, you mean to see the bread. Oh. All right. I'm going to do this while I'm talking to you. I got to put some of this stuff away. All right. This is a really easy thing, this mixer thing. What a pleasure. All right, but I got to clean those blades up. And that's the first thing, first order of business is to get those blades and the shields back on them. See, I put it in here. I left it on the side. The bread's not ready yet. I just looked at it. All right, so let me get my shields. I put them in the other one. Where is my other thing? I want to wash that out, and I want to put the shields on. All right, hold on. Here it is. Okay. All right, and I got to take that. All right, so this is the one thing I want to clean because this thing is extremely dangerous. All right, these are razor blades. That's why that thing works so well. All right, and I'm gonna just clean these off so I can put the shields back on and put it back in the box. Doesn't take long, but it's got to be done. The reason is because if I throw this in the sink, I'm gonna put my hand in it. This is a razor blade. All right, you got to be careful. That's the only thing I will tell you about this little machine here. All right, because everything is so easy to take apart and put back together, which it is very easy to take apart and put back together, but it's also dangerous if you don't take care of things. All right, so that's it. All right, I cleaned it. Now, see, this one has the shields on them. You got to put the shields back. If you buy one of these, do not throw those plastic shields out, which I almost did. All right? Because this is what's going to keep your hands from getting cut. All right? 1. 2. 3. And 4. Now, this is probably the hardest. This is probably the rest of it now, it's all done. What? Put that away, that away, that away. Goes back in the box. I got to clean the lid, and it's done. All right, so that was the dangerous part. I wanted to get that out of the way. All right. Okay. Let me get rid of this. I can't save this cheese because I have my lamb all over it. All right, that's got to go. And this is going in here. All right. How long has that bread been in? It's got to. I mean, it does take a little while. Now, I didn't egg wash that. All right, I didn't egg wash the bread, so it's not going to have that real golden color to it. It's going to be more. It's going to be probably a lot lighter. Now, if I would egg wash it, it'll be a golden color. I don't expect it to be. All right. All right, this is going away. This is going away. This is garbage, garbage, garbage. All right. Yeah, you're watching Uncle Glenn doing his cleanup. Starting. I'm trying to get a jump on it, my friends. So you guys are hanging out waiting for the bread. I'm going to do what I got to do here. All right. Okay. Yeah. Boop, boop, bada boop.
Did you see that little egg timer?
Yeah. Nice.
That's for your 3-minute egg.
Yeah, really.
When was the last time you saw an egg timer?
A what?
An egg timer.
An egg timer? I saw one here. Oh, yeah. But that's for people that want their eggs to make sure it's not hard. I would never use this thing because I wouldn't. I want to cook it until the shell comes off. Look at this. Have you seen these? I haven't seen these in a while. This is for people that want their egg to be soft boiled. Not me. I mean, you know, not into it. I put it in there until the pot runs out of water. All right, let it keep boiling, boiling, boiling. So it's nice and hard. Don't like that soft stuff. Ooh, no, 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 no. A gag. Gag. Cracking up, Tracy. Why do you guys laugh when something is... Whoa, come on. All right. Yeah, I'm just clearing this area because I got to clean this because I want to start pulling stuff out of that dishwasher. It's almost done. Bread should almost be done. So you guys won't have to watch this process here. All right. But this is an easy one tonight. Easy cleanup here. I want to bleach this up a little before I take the dishes out of the dishwasher. Okay, we're almost done. I'll get these bleached up. Okay. All right. All right. Let me check the bread. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I think it's done. Okay. Ooh. Wow. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's got a nice hard crust on it. Oh, the cheese is oozing off of it. Let me show you. See that salami and the ham on the top got nice and golden brown? The cheese is oozing off. Okay. Yeah, I don't like eggs. I'll eat anything else. That makes me gag. This looks really nice right here. Look at that. Broke right off. This is nice and hard right here. All right. I'm going to let this cool down. Then I'm going to pop it out of here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's got a great top. Wow. That's nice. Yeah, I want it to cool right there so I can get, hold on. I want to make sure that's going to pop out, which it will. And I just want this cheese that's here. Yeah. And just cutting this around the side just so that the cheese is loose. It's already loose in here. So this should come out fairly easily, except for where the cheese hardened right here. All right, I want to get that. There it is. Okay, good. Oh, this is gonna be a nice bread, I'm telling you. There's so much cheese that oozed out here. All right, there it is. Okay, good. We might pop this. I think I want to pop it. Yeah. Oh, the center. That's right. Okay, let me get the center here. Beautiful. I think I can do it. Okay. Smells great. It smells great. Okay, it's colorful. Now, I could, tomorrow, if I had garlic oil, I would put some right on here right now, but I don't. All right, but it's going to be great. This is going to really be good. And yes, it was uneven, but it's got a nice crust around it, believe it. I told you that it was not going to be. Now, I could put this in the oven like this, off the plate, and just put it on a pan now if I want to bake it more. You think I should? I don't think so. I think this is good. I think it's good. Yeah, I'm not going to bake it anymore. This is going to be so delicious. I know it. Now, it's better cold, believe it or not. All right, when this tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to heat it up. I may just bring this over there, put it on the table with the antipasta. All right. Yeah, I have to make more oil. And slice into it. I mean, this is about presentation. This might even go on the table. I don't know. But I'm pretty happy about it. This is this, and let's look at our grain pie that we did. This is a grain pie. Okay? And this is going to be really good. I know it. Flavor-wise, going to be great. It's in a pie dish already. I don't have to do anything to it. Let it cool. All right. Oh, Kirsch. We used that pie dough yesterday. Okay. And then I took 4 eggs. One was just a yolk. We took sugar, the egg, and actually didn't even add the milk to it, and ricotta. The ricotta, 15 ounces or 16 ounces of getting all the water out of it. All right, so I used the marzipan. Oh, look at the hiney! The hiney! Right there. All right? But yeah. It was I never made it before, and this is the grain that was in it. Okay, I used farro grain, so I made the grain ahead of time. I let it cool down. This I can eat for cereal tomorrow. All right, probably is very good for you. So with a real grain pie, it's the pastiera grain, but this is in the same family, and I was able to get it. So I made this grain. I took sugar, took eggs, 3 eggs, 1 yolk, vanilla, the ricotta, the grain, vanilla, cinnamon, sugar, and we mix it all together, and bang, we got that nice pie. No, I never had. I don't want to eat it now, but yeah. All right. Happy Easter, my friends. And thank you for spending the time. I'm going to be on early tomorrow morning. I'm thinking Eastern Standard Time, probably around 9 o'clock a.m., which, I'm just going to be finishing up cooking the lamb. I got to make chicken scaparella. I got to stuff some mushrooms, make some stuffed mushrooms with cream cheese and some other goodies in it. I got to do carrots. I'm going to steam up some carrots, make them nice and sweet. I got some good farm carrots that I have to do that with. And I might do a lasagna also because I have the sauce. So we'll see. All right. But anyway, God bless all of you. And thank you for your time. Thank you for all your efforts. And tomorrow's our finale. The finale tomorrow of season 1 of Fall into Flavor with Uncle Glenn and family. And hopefully if I see you, if not, then I'll catch you during the week sometime with Farm to Table to Soul. And just thank you for all of your love. And I love you all right back. God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow, God willing. I can't even get out of my own live. There we go.